Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Tasneem Bano Rehman, Associate Professor at Sage University Bhopal, is back again with another interesting video. And today we'll be talking about design thinking and the steps involved in the design thinking process. So let's get started. Design thinking is a mindset that aims to improve the situation of people through the experiences they have. If you're interested in solving problems for people, then you can practice design thinking. Learn what design thinking is and why creating experiences matters. So let's understand what is experience. Here you can see two pictures, one showing a coffee maker and another a girl enjoying her coffee. So think of the last time you had tea, coffee, or hot cocoa. Maybe it was this morning. How did it make you feel? Why did you drink it? And what else were you doing at that time? Chances are your answers to those questions are different than anyone else who drank a hot beverage recently. Those answers represent your experience. Yes, you got it right. The second picture is sharing. It's showing what experience is. So design thinking requires you to consider a person's experience in order to focus on their human needs. Your customers don't inherently care about the inner working of a coffee maker. They seek a quick pick-me-up, a comforting chat, or something warm on a cold day. So experience matters a lot. What is important while designing a solution or product? So the first thing is you need to focus on real people. The people who are facing problems, who wanted the solution for it. You need to interact with those people. Come up with many ideas, the creative, out-of-box ideas. You need to visualize your thinking and do a brainstorming. Experiment by quickly and cheaply testing unfinished ideas. Experimenting with unfinished ideas will help in reducing the cost as well as the time. So, as the name has the word design, don't misunderstand that design thinking is only for the designers. No, design thinking isn't just for designers. Even though it includes the word design, design thinking is a mindset that anyone can apply. It simply means that you are starting to think like a designer about how you can improve the current experience of the people you serve. That's the user. So experience matters a lot. If you're coming up with solution, is that solution giving that experience, a wow experience that a user wanted to have? So this user, who is this user? User are the people who interact with the things, service, offering, system, etc. that the team makes, the design thinking team makes come up. So the definition of design thinking is a user-centered, creative, and collaborative problem-solving methodology. Design thinking also describes a set of attitudes and a way of thinking about one's own participation in the problem-solving process. So here the word user-centered is very much important. So user-centered is something focus on, the complete focus is on the users. While designing, you need to understand the users. So there are activities where you need to interact with the users to understand what they want. So design thinking can be radically human-centered because it continually talks to real users, gets their feedback and works to empathize with their wants and needs. So design thinking is an innovative problem-solving process rooted in a set of skills. The approach has been around for decades, but it only started gaining traction outside of the design community after 2008 Harvard Business Review, which was titled Design Thinking by Tim Brown, the CEO and president of design company IDEO. Since then, the design thinking process has been applied to developing new products and services and to a whole range of problems, from creating a business model for selling solar panels in Africa to the operations of Airbnb. At a high level, the steps involved in the design thinking process are simply: first, fully understand the problem; second, explore a wide range of possible solutions; third, iterate extensively through prototyping and testing. So majorly, the process is categorized into three: research, ideation, and prototyping. But once you get into these three major steps, you'll see it is divided into the seven steps, which says the first is the initial problem description. So first step in this design thinking process is to understand the problem you are trying to solve before searching for solution. Sometimes the problem you need to address is not the one you originally set out to tackle. Most people don't make much of an effort to explore the problem space before exploring the solution space. Next is the research. Here you should gain an empathetic understanding of the problem you're trying to solve, typically through user research. Empathy is crucial to a human-centered design process, such as design thinking, because it allows you to set aside your own assumptions about the world and gain real insight into users and their needs. The third is reframing the problem definition. So it's time to accumulate the information gathered during the empathize stage. You then analyze your observation and synthesize them to define the core problems you and your team have identified. So after understanding the root cause of the problem, you come up with a reframed problem definition. The fourth is all about ideation and synthesis. Now you're ready to generate ideas. The solid background of knowledge from the first two phases means you can start to think outside the box. Look for alternatives, ways to view the problem, and identify innovative solution to the problem statement you have created. Fifth is all about visualizing and storytelling. So visualization storytelling can be quite effectively achieved when you share some stories which always captivate audience. In user experience design, you use storytelling throughout the design process to ensure that all work focuses on the user because it's user-centered. So you need to focus on the user needs and the value you want to give those users. The sixth is all about prototyping. It's an experimental phase. So the aim is to identify the best solution possible for each problem found. Your team should produce some inexpensive, scaled-down versions of the product. Next is all about testing and the refinement. So evaluators rigorously test the prototypes. Although this is the final phase, design thinking is an iterative process. Teams often use the results to redefine one or more further problems. So you can return to previous stages to make further iterations, alterations, and refinements to find or rule out alternative solutions. So these are the 7 steps through which a design thinking process goes on in order to get the solution, a service, or a product for the users. So in the next coming videos, we'll be covering up these 7 steps, and hopefully it will create a vision of how a product or a service can come up, which will be more effective, more productive. So thank you. We'll see you in the next video.